What's good, everyone? We have made it to the last WWE pay-per-view of this calendar year, guys. It is amazing how time has flown by in 2023. But in any regard, yes, we have Survivor Series War Games! Later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, streaming exclusively on Peacock Premium. And I'm probably going to have to catch up with the pay-per-view because later tonight, I'm going to be attending the St. John's basketball game, Sacred Cross with Matt Camper tonight. So that's a 7:30 tip, but the time I get back home, I should be able to rewind everything back on Peacock. So yes, last pay-per-view of the calendar year before the Royal Rumble in January. So WWE is going to try to keep us entertained as best as they can. Don't know if maybe I'll make some predictions on some surprises tonight as I go along in this video. And we are simulcasting one of the men's Survivor Series War Game match now. As you see here, I got Randy Orton and Damian Priest literally battling it out right now. So, yes, in that regard, I'm curious who is coming out next in the War Games simulation that I have right here on my PS4. Only curious, we'll see. And it looks like Dirty Dom is coming out. Okay, just curious who I have next coming in. All right, 5 matches on the card as I'm recording this video, because again, I want it to be out on time at 9 a.m. Eastern on Saturday by the time you should be seeing this. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I guess I want to go to a match that I kind of am really looking forward to, and this match was made official recently. We have Carlito taking on Santos Escobar. Now, if you haven't seen what's been going on SmackDown lately, there's been some friction with the Latino World Order, the LWO group, Rey Mysterio's function. And let's just say Santos has turned on Rey Mysterio and everybody else in the group. And it's just been pretty ugly. It's like Rey Mysterio can never catch a break in his career. You know, Eddie Guerrero turned on him. His own son has turned on him. And now look at this. Another person has turned on Rey. It's like Rey Mysterio can never catch a break in his whole career. So in that regard, I guess I'm going to call Santos the winner, only because I think they're going to set the rivalry down the line for the Rey Mysterio Santos Escobar match to happen. I think it will most likely happen, and I'm going to come up with a theory of when I think the match is going to happen on SmackDown. I think what they're going to do is they're going to have the match either on December 22nd or December 29th episode of SmackDown. I think that's what they're building up towards the next couple of weeks. If Triple H really wants to pull the trigger on this rivalry, it has to be done before Christmas or before New Year's. That's just my opinion on that. And I think you gotta find ways to fill the airtime with your 2 shows every week, Raw and SmackDown, until the Royal Rumble comes around in January. So yeah, Santos wins. I don't know what will happen to Carlito after this match, but maybe Carlito joins the fraction. I don't know. But I just think they're building Santos to be a really badass heel, and I think that's how you have to pull the trigger now. So Santos will win this match. Next up, we are going to go to the last singles men's match of this card. I am really looking forward to this. Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, who has beaten the Honky Tonk Man's official longest day reign, is going to be taking on the future Hall of Famer, The Miz, who I think, if I am correct, I think if he wins, he'll become a 9-time Intercontinental Champion. So The Miz has won the Intercontinental Championship a lot in his whole storied WWE career. When you look at the 2 times he's been a Grand Slam champion, and, you know, you got to look at it from a point of view where I think it's time for the reign for Gunther to end. This is just too much. This is just too much. You know, I think we're all getting sick and tired of Gunther being champion. And now, what they've been doing with The Miz on Raw the past couple of weeks to WWE, it seems they're making him a good guy again, which there has been a point in The Miz's career where he has been a good guy, and the crowd really likes it. And especially a couple of weeks ago, I think in Saudi Arabia, yeah, they had The Miz and Grayson Waller, you know, fight it out on, like, who has the best TV show, and the Grayson Waller Effect or Miz TV. And honestly, you know, yes, both The Miz and Grayson can have a little bit of cocky attitudes, and we can admit that. But you know what? I think the crowd's really buying into The Miz. And I think down the line, if things go the way they're supposed to right now, you could see The Miz being champion and then building up his rivalry against, I forget who's the guy on the Viking Raiders The Miz has a beef with right now, but that could be The Miz's first rivalry, I guess. You know, Gunther gets a rematch, and it builds up to that. So, yeah, I'm going to call it. Your new champion will be The Miz. Anyhow, guys, before I move on to the women's match, I just want to say something interesting. Look what Jey Uso has brought as a weapon into this match. A stop sign. What? I don't know, guys. I'm just going with what I'm seeing on my monitor right now, as I'm just simulating this, because I really want to play John Cena mode after I'm done recording this. So anyhow, guys, let's get to the women's side of things. We'll get to the World Women's Championship match, and then we'll talk about the Women's War Game match. Okay, first up, we have Rhea Ripley taking on Zoey Stark. So I think this is what's going to start to begin the Judgment Day's downfall. I think this is what slowly builds up to it. Now, you don't want to rush things along too fast. You got to take this by a week basis, because if you push things way too fast, you know, this is the first week by week basis that Triple H may be planning right now. So Rhea Ripley is taking on Zoey Stark for the Women's World Championship, the Monday Night Raw Women's Championship, okay? I think Zoey's going to win. And the reason why I think Zoey is going to win, the crowd's been behind her recently, and especially how she just turned on Trish Stratus a couple of months ago, and obviously, where's Trish Stratus? Nowhere to be found right now. Probably doing her thank you Trish stuff I keep seeing on her Instagram page, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Rhea losing here. I just want to see Zoey win. You know, Zoey is going to be 30 in January, right? Like, she's turning 30 years old 2 days before the Royal Rumble. And that'll be something to see her win this title. And, you know, it'll be interesting, to say the least. And I just want to mention, Zoey's real name is actually Teresa Serrano. And I know Zoey very well. She was a former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion with Io Scott. So Triple H cares about NXT. And he wants to see... And remember, we're going into a new direction now with Triple H. Triple H is pretty much was tired of his dad-in-law screwing over his NXT product, going to the main roster. And I think now, with Triple H in charge of creative, you're going to see a lot of things being different here. Alright, I think we're going to go back to the way TV was watchable in the 2000s as wrestling fans. I think Triple H is setting the course for that right now. So Zoey wins. Bye-bye, Rhea. And next couple of weeks on Raw, you're going to see a lot of the storyline about the Judgment Day having problems. I think that's what this leads up to. I could be right. I could be wrong. I hope I'm right, because look at this. What is going on here? Why is Judgment Day beating up everyone on my Survivor Series team? Okay, guys. Let's get to the women's side of things now for the Women's War Game match. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, Becky Lynch taking on Damage Control. So Bayley, Asuka, Io, and Kairi are in this match. Okay, I think we see what's going on here, all right? I think this is what's going to lead to the Damage Control team breaking up Bayley from this group. Now, Io is currently the women's champ on SmackDown. She cashed in her Money in the Bank contract, currently the women's champion. There's the women's world champion on Raw, who's Rhea, so... Yes, I just think that in this match, you're going to see Bayley get beaten up by her members. I see it happening. I've been hearing rumors now that they want to break up Bayley from the group, and the head of the group is going to end up being Io Sky. And what's going to happen is, I could even see things getting way out of control where Dakota Kai comes into the cage. Because she's not even in this match, but, you know, that's the way it is. Oh, no. So Team Damian Priest won. Oh. That was not good. That was not good, guys. Ah. I hope that doesn't happen, because I'll get into who wins that match in just a second here, but I guess I'll just go to the main menu and we'll continue talking over it. So I do want to get to the John Cena mode and just play on my own after this recording, but look, guys, I'm just going to be honest. I really think we're getting to a point where I see Damage Control ending the way it is. And I just think it leads to Bianca, Charlotte, Shotzi, and Becky winning. And then what you're going to see in the next couple of weeks on SmackDown, and what Triple H needs to be doing here, you have to have Bayley turn face now. If not, then you know, when? All right, let's just show you Bayley on the screen right now, so that way, you know, we can focus on her. How about that? That way we can keep the topic going here. All right. So it should be loading here, and then we'll get Bayley right here. All right. Okay, let's close this. So what they need to do with Bayley, they gotta turn her face now. And with Bayley, making her turn face now would be the right time to do it. Because then you have people tuning into SmackDown for that reason. Obviously, Roman Reigns is going to keep being absent until maybe the Royal Rumble, for all we know. So, what's going to make people tune into Friday Night SmackDown on Fox? Have people watch for Bayley. It makes a lot of sense. So therefore, I'm calling it Bianca, Charlotte, Shotzi, Becky wins. Now, as far as Becky participating in this match, remember, she's on the Monday Night Raw brand. Unless, are they just trading her back to SmackDown? I don't know at this point, but I guess we'll see what happens. And then let's get to the men's side of things. And we're going to highlight Randy Orton here. See if we can pull him up. Let's go to R. Here's Randy Orton. So, we have the team of Judgment Day. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dirty Dom, JD McDonough, and now apparently Drew McIntyre is joining this group based on how things are going right now. Taking on the team of Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins, your World Heavyweight Champion on Raw, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and a returning Viper. This guy right here, Randy Orton. Yes, I had to put the K for a reason. So officially, this will mark the first time in a whole year that we see Randy Orton come out. Now, I'm going to go with a CM Punk theory. And you all remember a couple of years ago when there was a Survivor Series match with the Authority, Triple H's crew at the time, taking on John Cena's team, right? And we all remember that match very well. In fact, let's get into the specific year that it even happened. All right? Make sure we have it right here. So I have the specific year that it happened. Yes. All right? So that was the team of Kane, Luke Harper, Mark Henry, Rusev, Seth Rollins, Team Cena, John Cena, Big Show, Dolph Ziggler. Which, remember, Big Show turned on Team Cena that night. I remember that match very well in 2014. In fact, that's when I first subscribed to WWE Network at the time. So I remember that match very, very well in St. Louis. Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, Ryback. We all remember that. Now, you remember, Dolph Ziggler was the last man standing in that match, right? And let's say we all remember the time Sting came and shocked everyone, and the rest is history. So this is where I'm going to go with the CM Punk theory on why I think he's going to help beat the Judgment Day. I think what will happen is, and this is just a theory that I'm coming up with here. I think what will happen here, Randy Orton is going to be the last man standing. All right? Or unless something crazy happens, I don't know, but let's say somebody's down in this team, right? Judgment Day's just pounding the living you-know-what out of this team. Cue, and the crowd goes crazy for CM Punk, right? It could happen. I'm kind of hoping for that type of shocking moment like what happened 9 years ago with Sting. So that's the theory that I have been going with for like the past couple of weeks now. I've been hoping that, okay, Randy Orton gets named and then, you know, that happens here. So as a result of my shock, and I think somebody from the Cody Rhodes team will pin somebody on the Judgment Day after that. I'm not going to make a specific one, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think CM Punk's going to help in this match. The crowd's going to go crazy in Chicago because it is CM Punk's hometown. And I think that's how you do it. That's how you bring back CM Punk. You build it up and you get a large pop. You make the crowd really into this match. All right? You make them applaud and cheer. And they're so happy. You put a big smile on their face. And the people who watch on Peacock like me, and we get so excited that CM Punk is back. So, I think that's what's going to happen. The Cody Rhodes team will win based on CM Punk's return, helping, and yes, CM Punk will hit the GTS. I see it happening. And as far as what will happen down the line, I think it's going to be very interesting. There's going to be a lot of heat going forward with who contends for Seth Rollins' title next. Because you got to keep the build up going. And I don't know. I could see a number one contenders match happening on Monday Night Raw on Monday. Could be as soon as possible because, you know, they don't want to... Seth's a fighting champion. I mean, he wants to fight. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. 20 minutes of me talking about this pay-per-view. So, that's pretty much it. And again, I certainly am excited for Randy Orton to come back. I mean, look at him. He's ready. He's certainly ready, guys. The Viper is coming. And I certainly hope that Randy Orton RKO's somebody on the Damian Priest, on the Judgment Day team. Because it seems Damian Priest is trying to make himself leader. But, I don't know. things are getting a little bit crazier with that team. And that's why I think you're going to see a slow week-by-week process. Because you got to have a reason why to watch Raw on Mondays. So that's pretty much it, guys. Enjoy this pay-per-view. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern. Streaming exclusively on Peacock, WWE Network outside of the United States. So until the next one, please take care.